Hello, this is Tammy Scott, Nursing Home Administrator with BLAHC. As you can see, it's a little different scenery today. I decided to switch it up just a little bit today. So, so let's get straight right to it. Um, of course, I understand that having a lot of individuals who feel some type of way about having unions in nursing home. It's very rare to have unions in nursing home, but they are out there. And I have worked at the Intra building before where there were a union, but it was union based on like CNAs. Um, I think dietary aides. I think it was dietary aides at first, but due to the fact that them having an agency that came in to take over dietary and also housekeeping, they didn't have that issue on the union, but most of the union was basically the CNAs. But I do know of other individuals who do have unions on like the care staff need, like it's just not the CNAs. It's dietary aides, housekeeping, and sometimes nurses. So I wanted to discuss um, how individuals feel about having unions at nursing homes. How do nursing home administrators feel about having unions in nursing homes? And I also want to discuss um, some things that's been going on with unions across the nation when it comes to nursing homes. So first, let's talk about what's going on around the world so people can get an understanding about the unions. So of course, unions are just like any other unions that like they have in the police department, fire department. Of course they have unions, union dues, they have a union rep and all these other things of their nature. So of course. So I want to talk about what's been going on, what's happening. So on Wednesday, March the 22nd, there's having been an advocate called the SEIU. I have my notes right here. SEIU basically what stands for the Service Employees Intentional Union, AC2. So basically, they are a union that have now been speaking up for the past almost 3 years during the pandemic about a lot of things that's been happening. But recently, when I looked them up to get the some information about them, they have been in the news for quite some time. So basically, they went to the Capitol in Missouri and they wanted to talk about certain issues that they was having, and certain issues they was talking about is basically the staffing shortages, that creates unsafe conditions for them to care for the residents in nursing homes. So they wanted to talk about that, and of course there were certain individuals who spoke on certain individuals' behalf. They had an individual that was speaking on their behalf. Mostly it was, yeah, Yamora Smith. And is this get interesting because I've been looking it up and I've been doing my own research on this issue and this matter. So basically, um, it's basically nursing home workers throughout the state held a press conference to voice their opinions um, and outrage on the lack of staff in the nursing homes and the increase of staff and resident deaths during the pandemic. So that's the reason why they was there. They was holding a conference, so basically so they could be able to voice their opinions about things that was going on that was unsafe in nursing homes, based on the conditions and the staff shortages, and also they wanted to talk about give their condolences for staff and residents that passed away during the pandemic, because a lot of them was affected by it, plus if it's other co-workers, of course. So like I said, they was represented by the Missouri Kansas division of the SEIU. Basically the SEIU is basically it serves over 14,000 home care providers, education faculties, janitors, first responders, and social workers, not just healthcare workers. So, like I said, they service a lot of them, over 14,000. It's just not in Missouri or Kansas, it's in different states as well. But I wanted to speak to this region because they made a lot of noise when it comes to nursing homes. So they wanted to give their opinions, and they want to speak about their outrages that they are having for certain situations. So also during the press conference, at the end of the press conference, they basically had a visual lighting for the individuals that passed away, like the staff and also the residents. I thought that was cool for them to have that. I really, really think that was very, very cool. So basically, they was there at the Capitol. It was two bills that they are trying to basically get passed. The first bill is House Bill 938. Basically, 938 is basically, I want to make sure I get my bills correctly. It's a House Bill 938 is basically when the facilities hold meetings with labor and management to ensure concerns are being heard and addressed. With this bill right here, they are again, this bill right here was being supported by Representative Ashley Bland Malone. She's basically a Democrat for the Kansas state. It first got introduced to the House on January the 24th of this year, and they first read it on the January 25th of this year, and so this is the second time that they read it. So the next bill is basically the House Bill um 322. 322 is the second House bill. So basically the second House bill is basically they want the hospitals and nursing homes to abide by the safe staffing the safe staffing plans that they put in place. So that right there were introduced by LaDonna. So those are the two House bills, and that bill was introduced in December of 2022, and it was first read January of this year on the 4th, and also it was read the second time on the 5th of January of this year. So those are the two main bills that they really, really trying to get passed. The House Bill um 938 and House Bill 322. Those are the two House bills. So basically, like I said, they was there because saying all their concerns and their outrages when it comes to staffing shortages and their conditions that's in the nursing home that make it difficult for them to basically care for the residents in a timely manner. So the next process of what they doing right now after they was there at the Capitol. So the next process for the House bills is basically they waiting on the bills to be assigned to a committee. Once the bills get assigned to a committee, then these committees at the state will be able to address the issues at hand in a timely manner. So not only did they do that while they was there, they also had a letter. Um, and they wanted to deliver that letter. So of course they had someone to read that letter, and they delivered the letter. They delivered the letter to the office of the governor, the governor Mike Parsons. He of course he was not there, but they did have a letter, and the letter was read by one of their members, Karen Wright. She read the letter. Out loud what the basically the letter state about they want to make sure that the federal money that that President Biden is budgeting for nursing homes, they want to make sure the governor puts some of that money to the side for better inspections, nursing home inspections. So they want to make sure that their money is put to the side for them. They feel they have been doing their own research on the inspections, and they feel that Missouri is one of those areas that they feel like have a high deficiencies rate based on the lack of surveyors and that comes to the nursing homes. So that's the reason why they think it is very, very important for them to have money to put to the side so they could be able to get more surveyors during the inspections. Um, so as I wanted was looking at reading this and researching it about it, I said, well, let me go to research about this union. So of course I went to their Facebook page. I went to and Google as much as possible that I could Google about them, and that's when I realized they have been doing a lot. And it was so crazy to me as I was doing research that when Yara Smith was speaking about the incident of this incident basically on the House bill, she was also the leader of an incident that just happened in March. So basically, because I told you guys I've been looking up, I stay on it. What's going on around the United States about a lot of nursing homes that's been going on. So basically, there's a nursing home in Missouri. Basically, the owners shut down the they basically shut down the nursing home. They closed it. And I found out Yamara Smith was basically a CMT, certified medication technician. They help pass out medications and all the other stuff. And so basically, she was working at a nursing home called, I want to make sure I get it right, Riverview Care Center. Riverview Care Center is at 8500 Broadway. And so during that time, she voiced her opinion about the reason why owners closed the nursing home. So not only did they close the nursing home, this was around the time they was doing negotiations for the first contract to basically about the short the staffing shortages. They was basically negotiating on a new contract. So she feels that the owners shut down their nursing home because they got tired of having a union. And so when they did that, some of these individuals, like the residents and also some of the staff, was basically transferred to another nursing home. They was transferred to Dutchtown Care Center. So when they got transferred to Dutchtown Care Center, they didn't like it. Matter of fact, some of the Dutchtown Care Center did not even accept them because this is a non-union facility. So it's up to them if they want to hire them. So Dutchtown, who already know who these individuals are, they said, no, we don't want them certain individuals coming to our nursing home and causing problems trying to start a union here. So no, we not going to accept certain individuals at our nursing homes, which they have a right to do. So when they did that, they felt like it was wrong because they're a union. So if the nursing home gets shut down where they was working at, they can't just argue about the job. It get completely shut down and the owner could do that. So they was upset at the fact that by them negotiating something, the nursing home just completely just shut down. And they wanted to bring in the SEIU, which she is the member of, about the situation. And they are upset because now some of these workers working at Dutchtown is a non-union facility. They feel that Dutchtown is now on the list. They on the list, the special focus facility list that CMS have. Basically, this is a list where certain nursing homes are on this list if they have a lot of deficiencies. And they feel like Dutchtown have a lot of deficiencies, and they are already going through their situation at Riverview, and they think that Dutchtown is a lot worse. And basically, they transferring them to a nursing home that they feel is even worse than where they was at. So that's their thing. So they just had this issue early this month in March, like March 2nd and 3rd. And they basically rally everywhere, have signs and everything that they were so upset that their nursing home closed down. And now they don't have any jobs. So now that I see that they worry about a bill, and I look, say, okay, now it makes sense because the nursing home got shut down the beginning of the month. And now this is the end of the month. Now they want to do something about it. And they was like, you know what, we want the house bills to be passed. So not only did I was looking for that, I said, what else is going on? So as I continue to research about the this region of SEIU, I also noticed during the pandemic of last year in June of 2022, they also protest about higher wages. Not only did they protest about higher wages, it's also staffing shortages. Again, in June of 22 of last year. So basically, not even a good 8-9 months. They now added with the situation of the close down of the facility. Now they want to get a House bill representative to represent them. So the reason why I want to talk about this, because I wanted to give you guys a little background on what's going on. And I also, as a nursing home administrator who understand business, I also want to talk about it on how I feel as a nursing home administrator. And this is how I feel about it. Of course, there's some other individuals probably feel that way, how they feel based on a union. Do I feel like a union is necessary in a nursing home? It depends. If they have a huge turnover rate, of course, nursing homes have a huge turnover rate, and they do let go staff very quickly, and they don't give the staff enough chance to be able to voice their opinions about what happened. So, of course, on that end, I'm switching arms. And so, of course, on that end, I feel like some unions are needed on certain levels. But I also feel that, business wise, if you're not happy where you at, you have a right to go somewhere else. But I understand that some nursing homes, they probably feel can do better, and they want them to do better. And what can we do to make it better? And me looking at it, they wanted higher rate wages. They got the higher wages. Now the staffing shortages. Now all this going back and forth about the closing of nursing homes, and now they want people to represent them because the owners shut it down. And I want to speak on the behalf based on business. If I had that situation going on as an owner, would I shut the nursing home down? I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have. I probably definitely would have, because all of that protesting of last year about higher wages and all that stuff like that can get to owners. Plus, when they doing so much and they have so much to do, like a lot of workers they know what's going on the floor, but they don't understand how much money this stuff is they have to spend. The food, supplies, activities, nursing, medication. Even when you got Medicaid pending, you're not getting paid for that. No nursing homes are getting paid for that until the Medicaid application is approved. So therefore, you have residents that's in your nursing home just sitting there soaking up all these services that you hopeful that you will basically get your money back. And sometimes some nursing homes don't get their money back because it's up to the family member to make sure they bring in all this documentation that they need. Because like I said in my other episodes, they have to go past 5 years back for a Medicaid application. And Medicaid is low income. So if they even find any money or find anything or housing, anything, they have to ask for that. And that right there can be very, very difficult. So when you have that type of situation that's of hand, yeah, it's gonna be very, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. So I think that that's the thing, and they think that the owners is gonna open the nursing home back up, and when they open the nursing home back up, they have then the right to basically to say this is a new nursing home, this is a new name, this is totally new. We don't have a union here, so sorry, this is a new company, but if you want to come here and work here, this is what you're going. That's going to happen, and so they feel like they will try to work there, but all the other workers who've been working there will know who they are, and they were like, no, don't hire that person, no, don't hire that person, no, don't hire that person, they're gonna start a union. And so that's the thing. So the union have its advantages, and I can see how it could be hard for the owner themselves to feel like, oh my God, we doing the best that we doing, but at the same token, we getting scrutinized for it. So let's talk about shortages. Um, what's going on? Okay, so a lot of them, they feel like staffing shortages causes issues when it's taking care of the residents, which it can. I'm not denying that. We also have to be honest. Some of these nursing homes that's out here who have shortage of nursing, it's not because they can't get anybody. Sometimes it's a culture thing. Um, I have worked in a lot of troubling buildings, and a lot of issues come around certain nursing homes that certain things have happened, and it makes individuals not want to work there. So what do? You find some people who change the culture of it. But you got this whole union that's going on, people protesting. If they protesting and they supposed to be at work, what do that start? You have to have individuals that's working, but you still have people that's outside your building protesting. That it doesn't make a good culture in their building. It don't. Then these unit individuals probably would tell them, look, I'm changing hands again. Come and join us. We are protesting. So, but you need individuals to be inside caring for the residents. How can they care for residents if individuals is outside protesting? So I think that is a better way to do it than to actually physically protest and put these residents in harm's way. So that's crazy how individuals will say, we want to put up a virtual lighting for the staff and for the residents because they passed and because we have a staffing shortage issue. But if you out there protesting, who's caring for the residents? So that's the thing right there. And a lot of them feel that they are having this issue, but also certain individuals are not get the vaccine. It's up to you if you want to get the vaccine. Yes, it is. It is up to you if you go to get the vaccine. But let's just be honest. There's been plenty of times when I go in individuals' nursing homes that staff is not wearing a mask properly. And you continue to have, as administrator, tell them, wear your mask. Put your mask on. I need you to be on properly. If you don't have the mask on properly, guess what? I'm going to have to get you a shield too. You're going to have to wear a shield too. And some of them want to hear that, but that's when you have to become strict as a nursing home administrator. But that's how the residents are getting sick. It's rarely they getting sick because of certain individual family members coming in giving it to them. Most of the time it comes from the staff. I'm just going to be honest with you. It is. And it's because some of them do not properly put on their PPE properly. They're not using their mask properly, and they are spreading it. They not wearing those masks or shields properly like they supposed to. But guess who will get the rep for it? The owners, the nursing homes, the management staff. But even though we tell them put it back on, put this back on, but then they want surveyors to come in and inspect it. Guess what the surveyor's gonna do? Look at the basically the care staff who basically protesting. Why are you not wearing this? Why are you not wearing that? Why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing that? So basically, you want them to go in and see what you're not doing properly and correct. So the nursing home is going to get fined for it for you not doing your job. That you're supposed to be doing your job. And that's the crazy part. Then a lot of them get mad because they have to cover test once or twice, 2 times a week. And it's not the owners who bringing it in. It's the staff that's bringing it in. But you have to change the culture of the building. So if you have to change the culture of the building, change the culture of the building. But how can you change the culture of the building if certain individuals are protesting, they outdoors, they're making a lot of noise and all the other stuff? I think that there's a better way to do it. And plus, if you want to get higher wages and all this other stuff like that. And I understand that certain individuals want high wages. And a lot of them did get housing pay. But at the same token, if this nursing home is already hurting from, shortage of staffing, whether they have to bring an agency with all this money, and because they can't get individuals to come into work, these individuals are getting sick because they don't want to wear the PPE properly. That's a lot of money. People not understanding how much money these nursing homes going through. They just want extra money. They want extra money because they feel like they want extra money, which I understand. If the nursing home have it and it's hard for them to get their information, then it makes sense. But if it's hard, I just want to step. This is how you know if the nursing home is struggling to get what needs to be get. I'm gonna give you guys, because I've been there and I know. So if there's a payroll problem, they have hard. If you ever had a payroll problem, a major payroll problem, not when they got somebody new in corporate office and they trying to send something through and you didn't get everything on time because they got something new. If this continues to be a problem where you have a check or something of that nature and it didn't come, and they was like, you know what, it always been a problem with pay this, pay that. They have a payroll problem. So therefore, if they have a payroll problem, that means they have a huge money problem. So you talking about you want an increase in salary, I advise you to leave and go somewhere else. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. It is. It's a red flag. If that's number one. Number two, I'll switch arms again. Another red flag. Another red flag is you can tell with the department heads. The department head was like, "Oh my God, I want to get this. I can't get it. I'm sorry, but I ran out of budget. I don't have a budget for this." But you could basically go look to see basically the activities director. Do the activities director have what they need? And if they have a difficult getting stuff. If the maintenance director, if he have a hard time getting stuff, that's a huge red flag. Because this is maintenance for the building. And if the staffing, if it's hard to get basic nursing supplies, that is a huge red flag. A huge red flag. And the issue is a lot of these individuals don't know how to budget, or it's a lot of supplies that's there and they saying that it's not there, and they paying for new supplies that they already got. That's money that's just going out of the door. And this is because certain individuals or nursing home administrators or staff who are new, who do not understand the importance of actually getting up to see what kind of supplies that you need and who have and all that other stuff. So certain individuals who have a central supply person, nurses be like, we need this, that, and the third. Instead of that person going to go look, they automatically put it in there and the nursing home administrator approved for it. Not trying to go actually to go look for it. So these are how you know there's a red flag. If it's a hard time for the dietary manager to get what they need, and they say, oh my God, I was trying to get it, but I couldn't get it, my budget over this, budget that, this, and then the third, that's a red flag. So if you have any issues when it comes to payroll and those type of red flags, then you'll know exactly what you're going through. Also, sometimes it can be a little difficult if you have a small nursing home that's like a mom pop's family nursing home. That can also be a thing because they don't have the big corporate office. Different nursing homes that pull in money to be able to take care of these things. They don't have the major softwares, the major things that's backing like corporate offices. So sometimes that could be an issue as well. And sometimes it can be that some companies got so many buildings, so many troubling buildings, that the other buildings who is profiting, bringing money in, but these nursing homes is not bringing any money in. It could be difficult because they pulling from other nursing homes or they pulling from a lot of this, and it could be very, very difficult. So, I just want to give my insight on it. So it depends on how I feel about unions. Like I said, it depends on the company. It depends on their turnover rate. Uh, it really is. I feel like sometimes, as administrator, you don't want to go through all that extra nonsense that you don't have to, because sometimes certain individuals who feel like they are union, they feel like they can get away with certain things. And sometimes these individuals who probably on their level, as a CNA, CMT or something, nurses or something, what if they don't have the correct knowledge or the proper training that they need to take care of the resident? You have to make sure they get their proper training and education, because you the nurse home administrator. That's your job to do that. You are responsible to make sure. But you don't want to hire someone that's incompetent. Who wants to do that? Have I ever been in that situation? Of course, every nurse home administrator been through that situation. So I don't want to hear any nursing home administrator say, no, I never had an incompetent worker. Bull crap. Yes, you did. I know. I've been there. So that'll be very, very difficult if you have a union to take care of that situation. Who wants to be stuck with a individual who is incompetent? No one wants to be stuck with an individual like that. So I think it's a give and take. But their issue is, um you rather close than bargain. Let's bargain. We don't have to close the nursing home, but let's bargain. And sometimes owners feel like they're just tired. Plus, you just have someone that protests against you year before that. Keep protesting about this, keep protesting about that. They have issues this, they have an issue with that. Sometimes owners is like, look, I don't have to go through this. I have my money. Send them residents to another facility, and you know what? We'll just start over. We can just easily start over. We don't want to go through this right here. We're not going to go through this. So that's the thing. And like some people would say, a lot of people think that the grass is greener on the other side, and they not. And now this is the type of situation because a lot of these workers and staff would have to go to a nursing home that they feel that had more deficiency, which is Dutchtown, which is a non-union. So you guys doing all that, and now you guys didn't transfer to a nursing home that you feel that's even worse. But your thing is, we should have bargained. We could bargain. But at the same token, yeah, you could bargain. But if you push the owner too far or push individuals too far, then what do you have? So if you do too much and you push individuals too far, don't be surprised of what happened. And they got surprised. They got a surprise, and their surprise is that nursing home closed on them. And when that nursing home closed, it's a wrap. And that nursing home can come back with a different name, different owner, and guess what? It will not have a union. It will not have a union. So they would basically come in there and put all that stuff in place to make sure they don't have a union. And now the new owners, workers there, they already know who you are because they already got the paperwork. They have all the HR paperwork. They'll go in and look. Have this person been working here before? What issues did you have with this person? And they're gonna look in your file and know who you are and what you're about. So guess what? It's very, very difficult. But the more you push, the more the owners is gonna push back. And you have to understand the owners are the owners, and it's their business. You don't want to be somewhere where you're not happy or you're not celebrated. You want somebody to keep doing this, that, and the third. Why you want to be somewhere you're not celebrated or no one cares for you? Because they feel like this is closed, that is closed. We can't go do this. We can't go do that. We want to do this. Well, respect goes both ways. It gotta go both ways. It's a must. It goes both ways. So I do want to let individuals know, because I'm a nurse home administrator, that there needs to be some respect on everybody in. And it needs to be a dialogue. In a dialogue, everyone needs to sit down. And when they sit down, then everyone can be able to hear each other. People have to show respect. You can't ask for someone to do something for you or do something, plus they the owner, and you're gonna just go and disrespect the owner. You can't do that. If you was the owner of your business, you won't want no workers disrespecting you or telling you what you need to do. No one wants that. So I just want you guys to um you know watch this. It could probably be a little hard, but at the same token, I want you to be careful with the things you say and how you move, because a lot of individuals do not want to, basically tell the truth or give them their honest opinion. So I'm giving you my honest opinion. You be careful on things that you need to ask for. Make sure you just sit down and have that dialogue first. Because me being a nurse home administrator, I have my ups and downs, my issues a little bit here and there that I had to learn from. But if you push too hard, it's a wrap. And that's what happened. They pushed too hard and the owners closed their building down. And now they struggling and they have to find a new place to work. And now they going to the capital, now want a new bill to be signed. So I want you guys to basically, watch this. Please give me your opinions on how you feel about this video. Thank you guys for watching it. Please go follow us on BLAHC, BLAHC, on all platforms. BLAHC period content on Instagram, BLAHC on YouTube, Twitter, and you also can go on LinkedIn and inbox me on Tammy Scott LNHA and MHSA. Mostly Tammy Scott, nursing home administrator. You will basically see me. So you can inbox me whatever you need to. But thank you guys for watching this episode. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate everyone for watching this. So thank you. Bye.